Hello everyone, X-Walk Hill Bethelite here, and I want to talk a little bit again. This has been talked about at length, but I want to talk about it again. The Russian ban on Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses are still banned in Russia and in other countries, and they didn't ban them for no reason. They banned them because they are an extremist group. And some countries aren't going to nitpick. You see what I'm saying? Some countries are going to ban a religious group if it is extremist. Jehovah's Witnesses are extremists. The only actual debate is on whether or not a religious group that believes God is going to kill everybody but them, a religious group that believes God should kill everyone but them, is that a violent extremist group? That's the only question, and that's probably the only reason why it's not banned in the United States of America. The reason it's not banned in the United States of America isn't because it's not extremist. It's because it dances around on the fence as to whether or not it's violent. Where the group does believe in violence, it just believes it's going to happen by supernatural means, and they believe that everybody but them should and will die. That's pretty violent thinking. That is very violent and extreme thinking. That's not what's in question. What's in question is, should it be banned? I think the obvious answer, if we take our feelings out of it, the obvious answer that of course it should be banned. It shouldn't be allowed to be an official religion. The problem, see, here's the thing. The problem with ban is now we're talking about prison sentences and everything that goes along with it. What people have to understand is the group should have never been allowed to be an official religion to begin with. If it wasn't allowed to be an official religion to begin with and be established and have established facilities all over Russia, if that never happened, there wouldn't be a need for a ban to begin with. Russia was in a situation where there was no choice. They don't allow extremist groups. Jehovah's Witnesses, there isn't a single ex-Jehovah's Witness that would debate that they're extremists. They'll just debate whether or not they're violent extremists. We know that Jehovah's Witnesses believe that they are the only ones that have God's favor, that they believe that they're the only ones that have the truth, that they believe that they're the only ones that shouldn't die by God's hand. That is extreme. How much more extreme can you get? We know Jehovah's Witnesses don't even talk oftentimes to their own family members if that person isn't in there, or primarily if that person doesn't want to be a part of the religion. This person finds out, because keep in mind, a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses are baptized as kids. They don't know what it is they're getting involved in. So once they figure out what it is that they've been coerced to be in as a kid, they decide, I don't want to be a part of this. I'd rather just do something that their own family won't even speak to them. The person who carried them in their stomach and gave birth to them oftentimes won't speak to them. Their own father won't speak to them for decades, like forever, like for good. We know that that's obviously extreme. No one's going to say, oh, that's not extreme. That's very reasonable. That's extreme. People aren't allowed to see their own grandkids. People are taken to court and over custody battles. Keep in mind, that's a part of this. And one parent will tell the kid that their father or their mother is going to die because they don't attend their religious services. This is the destruction. This is the chaos that happens in families. Why does this happen? Because it's extreme religion. When those extreme beliefs are put into practice, the end result or the fruitage of it is destruction. It's destruction of the family. So the debate isn't on whether or not the religion is extreme. The debate is whether it is violent. And then the question is, what do you call violent? Is destroying families not violent? It's not, is the end result of something being destruction, being suicides, being death. Is that not even something that we want to take into consideration? If somebody doesn't have a bloody nose, well, we just don't care. I could be violent and I could punch someone. That person could have a bloody nose, and then that person's nose will heal like in a week or two. And that's considered violent, and that's considered bad, and that sort of thing is what we're talking about, versus someone's family which this religion will destroy, and it will destroy it forever. And we consider that not as bad. Or is the only thing that we consider violent someone picking up a gun and shooting? Well, I guess to the letter of the law. But when we look at the damage that's done, see, the problem is damage can be done in ways that we would consider non-violent. It's still damage, though. It still does a lot of damage. Is drunken driving allowed? No, it's illegal in the United States to get drunk and then drive. Is drunken driving, drinking and driving violent? There you have a debate. No, I'm not violent because I'm drinking alcohol in a car. What's the end result? People die. People lose family members. They lose them forever. That's the reason why this is banned. The end result is destruction. The end result, the loss of life, the loss of families. Jehovah's Witnesses are no different. The end result of their extreme beliefs in regards to medical practices is the loss of life. The end result in their extreme beliefs with regards to their own family members is people lose family, they lose them forever. The result is just as damaging as anything else that we make illegal in the United States. So we don't even need to go back and forth on whether or not it's violent. Something doesn't have to be violent to be illegal. It doesn't have to be particularly violent to have destructive results. So, let's go back to the main point. We were debating, a lot of people in the ex-Jehovah's Witness community were debating the Russian ban on extremist groups like Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, my point is Russia didn't have a choice. They didn't have to ban it per se if they would have never allowed it to become an official religion to begin with. And that's my stance. Jehovah's Witnesses in America or anywhere should have never been allowed to be a tax-free official religion because they teach hate and intolerance, period. They should have never been allowed to be official to begin with. The problem is once something has become an official religion and has gained followers, there's no other way to put a stop to it other than what Russia did. There's no other way. Comment down below. If you don't believe in the Russian ban, well then comment down below and you tell me how else Russia would have put a stop to Jehovah's Witnesses other than banning them. They're an extremist group. They're not allowed to be there. Okay, well, what other choice do they have other than to ban them? I agree the first mistake was letting them be official to begin with. You don't have to ban something that was never official to begin with. They could have just been crazy people in their basements talking about dumb stuff. That's what it could have been. It should have never been an official religion with official facilities and meeting places and meeting times, official title, tax-free, all that stuff. That should have never happened. That was a mistake. Now, how do you correct the mistake? Ban. That's the only way to stop a religion. The FLDS, the group that was marrying little kids to grown men, they're still here. It doesn't matter how wrong they are. People aren't going to stop following something because they have common sense and little kids shouldn't be married to grown men. They're not going to stop following anything based off common sense. They're going to follow it. Once it's established, it's going to have followers. Jehovah's Witnesses were already allowed to be established. There's no other way to stop it but to ban it. And even that, you're going to have people still meeting in basements somewhere, but that's still not official operation. It was banned as an official religion. That was effective. They can't function openly and officially anymore. Yeah, they can meet in somebody's basement. Yeah, they can go up in a tree house and huddle up and talk. That's how everybody that does stuff illegal hides it. That's where they people that are doing things that are illegal should be doing it in secret. They shouldn't be doing it openly. And if they're caught doing something illegal openly, they should be put in prison or have some kind of adverse effect. Everything that's happening in Russia with regards to Jehovah's Witnesses, as far as it being illegal, that was the right move because there was no other move. Name me a religion. Scientology. Leah Remini and other people who are very famous and have a voice in the media and everything. They expose that religion. They expose Scientology. My point is, if it's not banned, how do you stop it? Well, Leah Remini and people with a big voice in the media, they expose Scientology. They let people know it was a cult. They let people know how it started, what it's about, what it does to people, what it does to family. And guess what? People still follow it. That religion is going to have followers, and they're going to practice openly. The only thing that can be done once something is already established as an official religion to stop it from functioning openly is a ban. I want debate on this. I want you to give me another way that this can be stopped. Anything that's illegal has to be stopped by making it, anything that at one point was legal and we find out, yeah, they're extremists, we need to make it illegal. That's the only way to stop it. Anything illegal, if there's no prison sentences and there's no adverse effects, people won't stop doing it. Jehovah's Witness facilities are gone in Russia. They don't got no more Kingdom halls. Jehovah's Witness assembly halls in Russia are gone. They don't have no more assemblies. That is extremely effective. If they didn't ban them, would they still have Kingdom halls? Yes. Would they still have assemblies? Yes. Would they still be wide open in front of everybody, practicing all that hate and intolerance? Yes. After the ban, they're in the basement. Let them stay in the basement. They're hiding off up in the treehouse. They're in the attic somewhere. Let them go hide in the attic. You can't stop people from being stupid. You can make stupidity illegal, but you can't stop it. You can't completely stop it, but you can definitely slow it down. You can definitely slow it down. And then people feel like, oh, now that they have been banned in Russia, oh, now they're going to function better. Watchtower is a business. This business sells and has people build real estate properties for free. All that was stopped. All them properties are gone. Jehovah's Witnesses are not using free labor to have people build Kingdom Halls so that Watchtower can flip it and sell it for a profit. All that was stopped. What is important to Watchtower is the money. The money scheme has been stopped in Russia. The Watchtower real estate pyramid scheme was stopped. It was stopped very effectively in Russia. That was effective. And the United States, I mean, just you know, in the United States, we exposed them, but that hadn't stopped the pyramid real estate scheme. That had not stopped a lot of what's going on. So yeah, my point is, Jehovah's Witnesses were already illegal. They shouldn't have been. And then at that point, there was nothing for Russia to do but ban it. There's no other way to put a stop to it. If maybe you stop Watchtower's money, you know what I mean? Watchtowers, you know. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. You know, this has been a big debate, but it's not something that we have to necessarily stop talking about, stop discussing. You know what I mean? So, Jehovah's Witnesses, I want to make sure I make my point here, so that the comments down below will, you know, on what I'm saying will reflect what I'm saying. Jehovah's Witnesses were already openly established and legal in a lot of countries. Once they already became established, once a religion is established, you can't then stop it. Really, you can't then stop it. The only thing that you can do with extremist groups is to ban them. They then can no longer operate openly. And why would a country want an extremist group that preaches hate and intolerance to operate openly in their country and be tax exempt and everything? That's what happened. That's what should have happened. There was no other thing that they could have done. How else do you stop a religion? You let me know how you stop a religion. But you can ban it, and that's what they did. And that's what they should have done. Can you stop? Should people have the ability to just hate and be intolerant? Yeah, you can't stop them from just having the ability. But should they be allowed to establish organizations and those organizations be legal and tax exempt? No, obviously not. Common sense, no. Common sense, no. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. XWall Kill Bethelite signing out.